Hello, everybody. So, I've been seeing a lot of comments lately about people who aren't sure if they want to ride anymore. And I was at that place. Definitely, I went through that. Do I want to ride? Do I just want to be around horses? And I just wanted to share some of the emotional side of it because that is so emotional. And I am going to be looking off to the side because I do have some notes. But what happens when we let other people's opinions influence our decisions? Um, the example I'm going to use is when I found out my horse had kissing spine. My vets, my friends, people told me to put her down. It was bad. It was significant. I mean, you could see the swelling on her back. It was so bad. And I just stepped back because it didn't feel like that was the right decision. But there was so much influence. So many people, the place where I boarded, the boarders there, the vets. I mean, there were so many people saying, just take care of her. Just let her go. And I started to believe that, but deep down I knew that just was not the right answer. And it's the same thing with our decision to ride or not ride. That is our decision. And we can get opinions from other people, but it has to resonate within us. Do we have the passion to ride? Do we just want to be around horses? Or do we want to just get out of horses altogether? And only we know in our heart what our heart has to, where our heart is in that process. So what did I learn? The first thing I learned is we have to take responsibility for our decisions. Even with our spouses. Our spouse may be saying, absolutely don't ever ride again. You're going to get hurt. And we say, okay, I respect that that's how you are feeling. I will do what I need to do to be safe. And it still has to be your decision. It has to be your own decision. You have to take responsibility for that decision. The next thing is we have to follow our intuition, because I really, really thought that I should probably never get on another horse. And my intuition was telling me, for me at that time, I had so much fear, it was not fair to the horse to get on. And so that I could understand, but the intuition was telling me I could get my courage back. I could become that fearless kid. I did not have to live in that fear. And my intuition, my gut was telling me, I got this. I want to ride. I love riding. I have a passion for riding. And so be it. I needed to figure it out. The third thing is that we let other people that don't know our horses that well dictate our actions. And a lot of people will give you their opinion, oh, you should never ride again, based on their fear of horses. But really, you're the only one that knows your horse. Now, if you've got a young horse that is bucking you off, if you've got an older horse that's in pain, there are a lot of things you can't solve necessarily. It took me 3 years to solve kissing spine. It took me 3 dedicated years not riding her to get her 100%. And that was a decision I made to take on that challenge. And she's 100%. Wasn't easy. It was fun. It wasn't easy, but it was fun. We have such a bond now. But the other people didn't know my horses like I knew my horses. So I knew that I could get her healthy. Now, that being said, she's one that I probably will not ride a lot. She doesn't enjoy it. And I don't know if it's memory of kissing spine or, if she just is a horse that would rather not. But she loves trail hiking. She loves going hiking with me. She loves playing at Liberty. We do so much at Liberty together. So there are things that we can do and enjoy each other without me getting on her back. And she will let me know if she's ready to be ridden again. I get the saddle out, and if she turns around and walks away, I ride one of the other two who both love being ridden. And then the last thing is that if we're not in alignment with ourselves, our horses can suffer greatly. And what I mean by that is fear is not natural. I mean, it's natural, but to be constantly in fear is not natural. The fear is to protect us from being killed. That is what fear is for. When we're not in the moment of something is going to kill us, we should not be feeling fear and that stress that goes along with the fear. And that's not fair to our horses. So our horses suffer trying to figure out this fear, because to them, fear is, I'm going to be eaten. Fear is, the storm is really bad, I need to find shelter. Fear is in the moment for them. And so when we are looking at our feelings, we need to work on our feelings. And the horses absolutely will help. The horses, once you understand and explain to them that you're going to get over this and that you're going to do it slowly and you want their help, my horses were all in for it. They were like, yes, finally, she recognizes that we're carrying her burden. And so the decision to ride or not to ride is a rough one. Once you make the decision to ride, there are steps you can take. And those steps get you back in the saddle, get you back riding, get your confidence built up. And I look back at my horse career, I've got thousands of hours of joy riding. And I've had a few moments that were scary. I've had a few moments that hurt. But thousands of hours of joy. And that's where I keep my feelings. I keep my feelings in those thousands of hours. That's my decision. My decision is to ride. So if you think about, okay, I'm decided I don't want to ride. It's not something that I want. There are so many things you can do with horses that aren't riding. I mean, like I said, I trail hike. And I'll put a link in here, but I just created my 5 favorite things to do with horses that I'm not riding. And there's hundreds of things, hundreds and hundreds of things. But I did put together a guide for my 5 favorite things. And, playing as a kid with the horses again. And so you can make the decision never to ride again and thoroughly enjoy your horses. I mean, there's no reason, if you make that decision for you, that you can't enjoy your horses forever. The other thing you can do is you can also volunteer. I mean, I know I've got 3 horses. I would love to have somebody come just brush them and help me play with them and do Liberty work with them. And so if you get out of horses altogether, there's still people out there that would love to have you around. There's therapy centers, there's rescues, there's always places looking for volunteers. And so there's things you can do with any one of those decisions. Decision to ride, decision not to ride but keeping your horses, or decision that's too costly, getting out of it and finding other ways of having horses in your life. Make the decision yours, though. Don't let anybody else tell you. That's a gift you can give yourself, is to make that decision for yourself. And then work out the details. The details of whichever one you want, you can work it out. And we're here to help you, so feel free to message me. But anyway, I'll post a link to the guide. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day and are getting to enjoy your horses, however that is for you.